And one very important, or rather, the most important element which has been introduced in the media wars, or in the media, whatever you call it, is the commercial considerations also. Apart from okay, newspaper, print media, running a print media instrument was also costly, and there were business considerations then also. But there were a lot of ideological considerations also. Perhaps it was the whole media was basically based on some sort of ideological commitment also, which over the years, over the decades, it has diminished, and commercial considerations have taken precedence. And even the world, which was, according to my understanding, if I look back, was divided over on ideological basis. It was divided. Now, if you look at what is, especially in our region, we have this terrorist problem for now decades. Even they also use media in some form or the other to propagate whatever their beliefs are. Whether we agree with that or not, that's irrelevant. They very effectively use the media for recruitment, for letting the public know why they are resorting to the means which are very extreme, unbelievably extreme. So I think, and this is something, media is such a huge reality, and something which is so important in our national lives, in a strategic sense, in commercial sense, in political sense. So it's so overwhelming, the presence of media now. It all depends how you use it. So with that, I conclude. I can go back over there, and you can, or I can stand over here and you start asking the questions.
Whichever you prefer.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
So people who want to ask questions, if you raise your hands, I'll call on you.
Day in and day out, it's just not possible to exist in politics without recognizing or acknowledging the strong presence of the media and usage of media by the politicians, especially now the social media, or the misusage also. That is also something which has to be understood, and that is something which is it's not only Pakistan but all over the world, that social media is playing havoc with the politics, economics, wars, strategies, with fake news. So these are the elements which are we are facing today. We are as political workers, or as part of the government, or if we are in opposition. This is something which is I personally feel that the place of the media is absolutely fundamental. Perhaps in today's world, it has become the most important element of national life, for us also, and for the rest of the world also. There are issues which are, bothering the whole world. Economic issues, climate issues, and all these issues, fundamentally, they are dealt with by the media right from the start, and they are introduced to the public opinion by the media. So any formulation of political opinion or support of a certain cause, basically the media plays the fundamental role in that. So with that backdrop, with that background, I think the presence of so many journalists here in this hall, let me say that we, the political workers or the politicians, or even the strategic part of, but elsewhere also, survival of any cause, good or bad, depends upon how it is dealt with by the media. So with that, explanation, whatever humble understanding I have of the media's presence or media's importance in today's world, I can, start if you are ready to start the Q&A session. Any particular topic in Pakistan or in the region or elsewhere. I'll give you a very recent example. If you look at the Ukraine crisis, it is being fought, geographically speaking, on a very limited scale. It has implications which are beyond one's imagination. But the way it is being fought in the media, that is what ultimately matters. 30 years back or 40 years back or 50 years back or even 60 years back, when Soviet Union was there, the media wars between the capitalistic part of the world and the communist part of the world were being fought, and that was the time when I was growing up. And these wars were basically fought mostly on the print media and a bit on the electronic media. The professional compulsions of the audience over here, the media people, were totally different then. I think the ideological part of these wars has, over the years, over the decades, has diminished. And one very important, or rather, the most important element which has been introduced in the media wars, or the media, whatever you call it, is the commercial considerations also. Apart from newspaper, print media, running a print media instrument was also costly, and there were business considerations then also.
YouTube पर Googly TV देखने के लिए youtube.com की सर्च बार में Googly TV टाइप करें। Googly TV के पेज पर सुर्ख रंग के सब्सक्रिप्शन वाले बटन पर क्लिक करना ना भूलिए। YouTube पर अपलोड होने वाली वीडियो से बाखबर रहने के लिए बेल आइकॉन पर क्लिक कीजिए। आपको हर नई आने वाली वीडियो के बारे में नोटिफिकेशन मौसूल हो जाएगा।